What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer 3 in this video here today. I will start off by saying this is rumored, alleged, not confirmed, but it's related to drama that's apparently been sparked on set due to Jennifer Love Hewitt signing on to return as Julie James, something that many of us did want to see once it was first reported that they were reaching out to them anyway. I wouldn't say it was always necessary. It wasn't necessary for a franchise that's been dead for over 20 years, but I'll get back to that after I go through this article that is coming to us from Daily Mail Showbiz. So, Jennifer Love Hewitt has allegedly caused chaos on set of the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer as filming has halted ahead of her return. I'm not going to read that part. It says filming had already kicked off in Sydney last month with leading star Freddie Prinze Jr. jetting down under with his wife Sarah Michelle Gellar to film scenes with the new cast before Christmas. However, Jennifer was nowhere to be seen during filming, with speculation rife about whether her cameo will work, given she had been expected to film with Freddie, who played her on-screen love interest Ray Bronson. Now, it has been claimed that though Jennifer is returning for the reboot, her lengthy negotiations before signing up for the role caused chaos on the Australian set. A source on set exclusively told Daily Mail Australia that Jennifer ruffled feathers while negotiating her return due to conflicting ideas about how her character Julie would return. Jennifer did not want to see Julie James come back for a blink and you missed it cameo. It was clear she wanted the role to be amped up, and while executives were holding out for her to sign, everyone else in Australia had gotten on with production, with the new I Know What You Did Last Summer director less than impressed that filming had been fractured. Jennifer reportedly did not agree with some of the writing, and filming was halted until she had officially signed up for the project earlier this month. The source added, production will continue once Jennifer Love Hewitt arrives, and while there are some noses out of joint, I would say the young cast will be ecstatic to see the queen of I Know What You Did Last Summer walking and talking as Julie James once more. It mentions how Jennifer was already vocal about the fact that she doesn't want to simply see Julie return as a cameo, blink and you'll miss it type of thing. She said, if I'm going to come back 27 years later, I don't want it to just be for 5 seconds. Like, I don't want it to be this thing that's like, oh, well, there's the ghost of I Know What You Did past. Here she is. That's what she told Parade magazine last month. She said she wants to be able to carve out time to really be in it for people and have it matter. So we're working on it. We're so close. As we know, they did work it out. She's going to be back. That's fine and dandy. Many of us are happy about it. Some of us, like myself, are skeptical because for as long as we've been following production, nothing has convinced me or many of you that have been listening and following production like me that they're going to use her in a substantial way. It seems like she's not necessary, similar to how the mention of Brandy coming back is not necessary because Brandy herself made it known she didn't even know about it. All I can say is this. I was paying attention to the fact that they used the word cameo. So is this article stating that they were able to uncover that Julie was supposed to be a cameo originally, as she was able to flesh it out into something more than just being a cameo? And it does mention something about her possibly supposed to have scenes with Ray at one point, and it's just like, did the holdup cause her to miss out on those scenes, and maybe that's why there's conflict? All I can say about this is that this is not her fault. I don't think this is her fault. This goes back to what I've been stating when it comes to the fact that they want to bring these legacy stars back anyway. It's a major thing that's a problem in Hollywood too. When you want to bring back IPs that can thrive without certain legacy stars, but you are so adamant on getting them back that now it starts to bite you in the ass. And that seems to be what the situation is here, if this is true, because it's not her fault. She's on one of the hottest shows on television right now and does not need I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's on, was it that show called 911, a show that's averaging 4 million, sometimes 5 million or more viewers per episode, which is very impressive for a show on network television. So she doesn't need I Know What You Did Last Summer. She and Freddie Prinze Jr. are not the ones who went to Sony saying, hey, can we please come back and do another I Know What You Did Last Summer? We're struggling out here. That's not what happened. Sony went after them. They sought that out. Jennifer and Freddie, from what I recall, I haven't found anything. If someone wants to correct me down below, please do. There is nothing I can see of recent years of them saying, hey, we need to come back for I Know What You Did Last Summer, because we're nothing without it. No, it was Sony who went to them. And if you wanted to go to these people, and if you want them to come back, obviously, they're going to want to do something substantial. That's not going to be the case for everyone, but Jennifer has been making it clear that she is someone of conscience, someone who wants something that is of quality for those that are wanting to see Julie James back all these years later, not just something that, again, is like, hey, well, we're doing a new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie and we got to have Jennifer Love Hewitt, but let's just have her pop in for 5 seconds and, it does nothing to move the plot forward or backwards. No, It's unnecessary. I've been stating for so long that it's not necessary to do this. This is no one's fault but Sony's. Sony's the one who wanted to go about this in a Scream 2022 capacity. Isn't that what they told us back in 23? They wanted this to be designed around what Scream 2022 was, which when you think about it out loud, while I understand the premise, it's quite laughable because I Know What You Did Last Summer is nowhere close to the success of the Scream franchise. So you could have gone about this in a completely different way. You didn't need these people. If I'm thinking about the characters involved in both franchises, Ray and Julie have been a thing to the general public for 2 movies. And then they've been MIA for over 20 years. Sydney, Dewey, and Gail have a lot more long-standing relationship with the general public. What I'm getting at is no one gives a fuck about Ray and Julie. I'm not talking about the exceptions are going to make themselves known down in the comment sections either. We're not talking about exceptions. We're talking about the freaking rule. These people that are going to go out and see this movie, they are not going to go see this movie because they couldn't wait to see Ray and Julie. If anything, they're going to go because a 911 star is in the film. And then they're going to learn that she was in the original all that time ago. I Know What You Did Last Summer, while it's a movie that means so much to me and many others, I don't want to pretend it's this lovable franchise that so many people go back and revisit all the time. Nobody talks about this franchise the way that many would delude themselves into thinking they do. They just don't. So if you're running into conflict with Jennifer Love Hewitt, that's your fault. You decided to do this. You didn't have to do it. You could have taken a new spin on the title, revived it, done what Mike Flanagan did, maybe some Mickey Altieri inspired type of narrative, which I thought was genius. It's unfortunate we won't get to see that. And there you go. But no, you want to lean on nostalgia, and that's a big problem in Hollywood right now. Now it's coming back to bite you in the ass. And shout out to Jennifer Love Hewitt for going to bat for Julie James, because after what happened to Chris from The Exorcist and Sally Hardesty's treatment in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we need this. We need somebody to stand up for these final girls. We don't need to see them come back in utter trash narratives just for the sake of getting a cheap pop and maybe getting a few more butts in seats. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.